when everyone thinks about due diligence in a transaction, it's always a purchaser doing due diligence on the vendor. But actually, from a vendor's perspective, it's always a good idea to do some due diligence on the purchaser. It could be to confirm that they're able to fund the consideration. What are the source of funding? Is it coming through bank debt? Is it coming from their own resources? And also, can they fund any deferred consideration as well? Is that going to come from your profits, their profits, or from external funding? It's also good to understand the cultural fit between two businesses. Certainly, if there is any form of deferred consideration or earnout, you need to understand that the businesses will gel together well after completion, so that you stand the best chance possible of securing that deferred consideration. Okay, so when you're selling the business, most owners just think about the 10% tax payable through entrepreneurs relief. And that's normally the case. It's always worth getting that checked in advance so there's no nasty surprises. But tax plays a key part in any sale. Certainly, anything you're doing leading up to a sale, you need to think closely about, is there going to be a problem in due diligence conducted by the buyer on this? Is it a risky tax planning opportunity that could come back and bite you in the future? Certainly, you need to get your affairs in order, make sure your compliance with HMRC is up to date. So as clean as possible, really, so that when the vendor takes a closer look at you, there are no awkward conversations to be had. So there's certain things you can't do, things that happen outside your control, for example, the economy, Brexit, etc. But there's certain things you can look after. And one of the main risks that we see is the vendor taking the eye off the ball during the sale process, particularly with managed businesses where they're instrumental in client relationships, generating sales, etc. If they're so immersed in the sale process, negotiating documents, embroiled in meetings, then sometimes they can take their eye off the ball, which means that the revenues and hence profits slip slightly. And in the worst case scenario, it could mean that the deal falls over. Sometimes it might lead to a price chip, maybe more put on deferred, but it's certainly, from a vendor's perspective, if you're instrumental in the business, you've got to make sure the performance of the business is maintained throughout the whole sale process. And obviously appointing advisors to help you with that so that they can deal with the day-to-day deal management, which frees up the time of the vendor to focus on the business as they normally do. Management are a key player in any sale. Certainly from a buyer's perspective, management are important because they're going to be working the business going forward. They want to be incentivised, they want to know they're going to hang around. It varies from business to business, but certainly for people businesses where management have got the client relationships, they drive profits. It's vitally important that they're incentivised in the right way. Also from a seller's perspective as well, a lot of sellers want to take a big step back away from the business after they sell, enjoy their retirement, and have the free time. And they're not going to be able to do that without a management team that are able to step in their place. There are a number of ways to do this. One of the most common is using an EMI share option scheme, whereby management can earn the right to gain shares and assist alongside you, the vendor, after sale, so that they're incentivised through sharing any consideration as well. Popular for vendors, popular for buyers, also popular for management as well, and very tax efficient.